Good afternoon, Dennis Hubbard, Gardening Tips. What I'm going to talk about today is a lawn at this time of year, early March. After this severe frost we've had, it's been very damaging to lawns. Now, I don't know whether anybody has suffered from moss, because that is a big problem. Now, as we go around my lawn, look here, you can see these dark patches. I mean, the lawn's not very good at the moment because of the dark patches. That is where it's been treated for moss, and the moss has died, and that will gradually be raked off the lawn. But to avoid moss in the first place, you've got to go around aerating, and that's the only and best way to do it. The aerating. Now that I want to show you something there. Oh, what we're going to do. There's obviously a stone under there, and I've had an awful lot of stones. I know it looks as if I'm digging the lawn up, because I am, but the lawn will repair. That. Now that only looks like a small stone, but it is enough to make the lawn lumpy, and it will restrict the growth as well. I'll put that back down, and that'll be as good as new. Right, so we'll continue with the in fact, last year, when the children were playing on the lawn, I noticed one small boulder just slightly protruding from the lawn, and with the young children jumping about and rolling about in it, this year, this last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been doing this all along the lawn and did exactly that, removing a stone. When you hit a hard one, and I had, must have been probably 30 almost rocks that were preventing the lawn from being aerated, and it causing a danger to the children, because the builders just put the lawn on top of all sorts of rubbish. Another way, when you have got this moss, you've got to treat it, or your lawn will just disappear. That's the sort of thing that makes lawn sand. It not only aerates the lawn, but it's built in with a moss killer. So if you do get moss on your lawn, and you may not see it unless you really look for it, is to get some lawn sand and spread it, just sprinkle it all over the lawn at the same time as you're aerating with your fork. Here's a bad patch. Yeah, you see this bad patch here. That is dead moss now, and it spreads like wildfire. You've got to get rid of it. You can't do too much of this on your lawn. Right. It looks pretty grim. The lawn looks pretty grim, but giving it another 3 or 4 weeks with sunshine, and it will be fine. Turning to some of the other things in the garden, the clematis are now starting to bud nicely. One there, good one there, and all the other plants.
Delphiniums, aren't they?
They are delphiniums. You know more than I do. You should be here and I should be there. They were split up only a week ago, and they're really taking on.
What do you do about slugs in your garden?
Don't get any. I don't get any slugs. Really? simply because I keep them down all the time.
And what would you do if you had slugs?
Just squash them one way or another. Squash them one way or another. Yeah, because they don't do much good. There's a stone. here's a rose tree. That's a rose tree, a cutting from that one over there that I cut down last summer.
Yes, and it's already got some ladybirds on it, which is brilliant, because they'll be feeding on the greenfly.
Just look at this soil. Just look at it's absolutely unbelievable. It's marvellous. All that goodness has come out of the horse manure, and it's left the remains to improve the soil. Look at the clematis there. Now here is a ranunculus.
Oh yeah.
That comes every year. They're difficult to start, but once you get them going, they really are good. Every year they come. Look at this soil. Look at that. Absolutely unbelievable. Just keep going around your bottom of your trees. I know this has nothing to do with lawn, but you can't help but do these things.
You could perhaps put that bag down now.
Yeah.
Dig him in one hand.
Yeah, can't do that. Not when you just do that. Right, now that's the lawn finish. You can see the lines. I did cut it slightly yesterday. Now it's dry now, and it looks far better for it.
That might be a drain. Put that bag down.
Oh, and it. Gone. It must be a mole with a strong head. It's a mole's got a tin hat on with its water. How we doing? And you take these plants in here. The winter has been dreadful. Most of them have not even tried to come. They've been frozen solid, and few have survived, but not many. Right, we'll call it a day. Don't forget to aerate your lawn. Use some lawn sand on it, and in a matter of weeks it'll be nice and green. It'll be worth the effort. Okay, bye for now.